Hello, hashtag Verse TV family, and welcome. It's week 181, and this is hashtag the Homos Talk Show. I'm Aaron Mack, and Basic Complexity will start off with the song. And he'll start off with the new song this week upon my request that we start with the new one. Basic Complexity. You're up, friend.
My newer or fairly newer song for this week would actually be the song called Skate by Bruno Mars, Anderson Paak, and Silk Sonic. And really I like overall the entire album was only 9 tracks, but still it kind of not that I was even thought of then, but it just reminds me of like 70s music. And for some reason, I really like it.
All right. And for me, my new song is actually Billie Eilish's song, My Strange Addiction. I actually really like her unique approach to songs, and she kind of does the whisper thing. And as I was writing this out, I was like, you know what? That kind of reminds me of when our rap music tried to make the whole whisper thing a trend, and rappers such as Yin Yang Twins and Marcus Houston and my pretend husband in my mind, David Banner, all were doing songs that they did the whisper thing. Anyway, all right, Prince Derek doll.
Okay, so a newer song that I am really into right now, and I know some people may judge me for this, but am loving Super Freaky Girl by Nicki Minaj. Although it's sampling, it's sampling one of my other musical influences and style influences, Rick James. I just love how she flipped the beat, and it reminds me of like Anaconda Part Two, and I just love the energy of the song. Like I literally listen to that song and the Romans remix and the Queens mix like every day. It puts me in like a good mood for some reason, right? Um, Nicki Minaj is also one of my favorite rappers of all time because she made rap fun. She invoked her own personality into it, and she made it bright. And I just love her work.
Song, but older song is a song actually by Genuine called So Anxious. And it just really stands out to me because a long time ago I had to be a teenager and probably at my grandmother's house, and like a cousin who was probably like 4 at the time was doing this thing that was his song.
All right. And for me, kind of keeping up with the that whisper trend, I wanted to name my older song of my former husband. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding, y'all. David Banner's song "Play." And actually, in preparation for the show, I was like, go ahead, Google, and play that song "Play" by David Banner. And it was my first time hearing the explicit version of that song because I initially I initially thought that, like, oh, I'll listen to this. I'll listen to David Banner whisper to me with his beautiful voice and just love it and enjoy it and just pretend he's rapping to me. But oh my gosh, that song was explicit. And he talks so much about vagina and all of that. I was like, wait a minute, I can't fantasize about this anymore. But anyway, I still talking. Yeah, the song is very specific to pussy, and it kind of was a turn off to me. But I still love me some David Banner. me some David Banner. I do, and his 6'2" self. Anyway, Prince Derek Doll.
All right. So I went to the Mary J. Blige concert last night, and though she has like, oh my God, a slew of hits, when she sang Love No Limit, it just took me back to being a kid. Maybe that song came out when I was probably 6 years old. And I remember my mom playing that on Saturdays, like playing her 411 album, or I think at that time it was still a cassette. And the way that I remembered the lyrics blew my mind, right? Because like when you're a kid and you're hearing music and you're in it, like you don't know what they're talking about. You don't even know what these love songs, because you haven't experienced it yet. But as an adult, like when the beat drops and you like, I know these words, and you can actually feel it and relate to the music. It was a great moment for me last night. It was something that really took me back, like, oh shoot, like I know what she's talking about now, and I can get into it. And so it maybe also reiterated how powerful music is and how it can transcend time and space. And so that's my throwback song that I'm feeling right now. And shout out to Chrissy Marie. I see you in the comments. Shout out to Chrissy Marie.
Excellent. All right. So our 4 topics this week. In my mind, part A is coming from @Destorm, DESTORM. In my mind, 181B is coming from @TherapyJeff. In my mind, 181C is coming from @Byron Jamal. In my mind, part 181D is coming from @Avant Music, AVANTMUSIC. All right. So for that first one, let's go ahead and get
the show on the road. 181.
#VerseTV.
Hey y'all, I'm Prince Derek Doll.
Kevin, aka Basic Complexity.
I'm Aaron Mack. #VerseTV family. #VerseTV. #VerseTV family.
181.